Good morning students, welcome back. I am Abrar Ahmed. Today we are going to start class 10 physics chapter 2nd, the human eye and the colorful world. So let's start physics class 10 chapter 2nd, the human eye and the colorful world. So our first topic is the human eye. Our first topic is the human eye. So you know what is human eye and what is the importance of human eye. So human eye is very senseful organs. It is the human organs. It is very useful. We cannot see any object without human eye. Without eye, it is one of the most important sense organ. So let's start. What is human eye? So the human eye is one of the most valuable. It is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organ. It is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organ. The human eye is like camera. It is like camera. Its lens system form an image on light sensitive screen. This screen is called retina. Human eye is one of the most valuable sense organ. It is like a camera. Its lens system form an image on a light screen. This screen is called retina. You have to remember that terms retina. Now light enters the eye through a thin membrane called the cornea. This is called cornea. So you have also remember cornea. So light enters the eye through a thin membrane called the cornea. The eyeball is approximately sphere. Eyeball is approximately sphere in shape with the diameter of about 2.3 centimeter. Eyeball is like sphere, its diameter is about 2.3 centimeter. The structure behind the cornea is called iris. The structure behind the cornea is called iris. So you have to remember all technical terms like retina, cornea, iris. Like human like camera. Human eye is like camera. It is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organ. It is like camera. Its lens system form an image on a screen. This screen is called retina, and light enters through the thin membrane called the cornea. The light ball is approximately sphere. Its diameter is about 2.3 centimeter. The structure behind the cornea is called iris. Now this is a dark muscular diaphragm that control the size of the pupil. This controls the size of the pupil. The pupil regulates and control the amount of light. Pupil control the amount of light. The human eye form an inverted image. Human eye form an inverted image of an object on the retina. So human eye, one of the most important sense organ. We cannot see any object without human eye. It is one most valuable and sensitive organ, sense organ. It is like a camera. The human eye is like camera. The lens system of human eye form an image on a screen. This screen is called retina. Light enter through a thin membrane is called cornea, and the eyeball is approximately sphere. Its size is about 2.3 centimeter, and the structure behind the cornea is called iris. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm. That controls the size of the pupil. Pupil regulates the amount of light entering in the eye. So you can see the diagram of human eye, and you can also note this. Now our next topic is power of accommodation. So let's start our next topic, power of accommodation. So what is power of accommodation? We know that we can adjust our focal length of our eye lens. We can adjust focal length of our eye lens. You already know what is focal length, what is focus. In previous chapter we already studied in light reflection and refraction in previous chapter. So we can adjust focus or focal length of our eye lens. So how can we adjust our focal length? This is called power of accommodation. We cannot see the near object and we cannot see the far object clearly. When we see far point, so this will be seen like blur, and when we see near point, a near object, so it is like blur. So how can we see and how much our capacity of eye or eye lens is called power of accommodation. So let's start. Power of accommodation, the ability of the eye. It is the capacity of the eye lens to adjust its focal length. To adjust its focal length is called power of accommodation. It is the ability of our eye, it is the capacity of our eye to adjust the focal length of eye lens. To adjust, it is the ability of the eye lens to adjust its focal length is called power of accommodation. For healthy person, the near point is 25 centimeter. Near point, we can see the near object without blur is called near point, and far point is infinity. This is near point, and far point means how far we can see. So this is called infinity. This is infinity for healthy human eye. So near point is 25 centimeter. Near point means how much we can see, how near we can see an object without blur. So this is called near point, and far point, how far we can see an object. So this is infinity. So our topic is power of accommodation. So power of accommodation means it is the ability of the eye, it is the ability of the eye lens to adjust its focal length. To adjust its focal length is called power of accommodation. So now you can write this power of accommodation. Now our next topic is defect of vision and their correction. Our next topic is defect of vision and their correction. But this year this topic is deleted from the syllabus. So we are going to start our next topic. Our next topic is refraction of light through the prism. So let's start refraction of light through the prism. So our next topic is refraction of light through the prism. Through a prism. So you already know what is refraction of light. In previous chapter, light refraction and refraction, we already studied what is refraction of light. So refraction of light, when an incident ray coming from rare medium to denser medium, it get diverted from its original path. When an incident ray coming one medium to another medium, one rare medium to another denser medium, it get diverted from its original path. This phenomenon is called the refraction of light. So now we have to study refraction of light through a prism. So you know what is prism? Prism is a triangular shape structure. Prism is a triangular shape structure. This is our prism. And when a white light means sunlight, when a white light, or we can say sunlight. Why we are taking sunlight? Because sunlight consists of 7 colors. So when a white light falling on a prism, so this go in this direction, but because of the prism it get diverted from its original path and the white light splitted and the white light splitted and it split and forms 7 different color. This color, the symbol, this color sequence of this color is Vibgyor. Violet, Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. The symbol, the sequence of this color violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So when a white light falling on a prism, when a white light falling on a prism, it split into its 7 color. This phenomena is called refraction of light through a prism. This phenomena is called refraction of light through a prism. The sequence of the color violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. The trick to remember Vibgyor. Vibgyor. V stands for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y for yellow, O for orange, R for red. So violet color is split most and red color is split least. So this phenomenon is called refraction of light through a prism. Now you can write this diagram, you can draw this diagram. Now our next topic is twinkling of star, or we can say why stars twinkle. So our next topic is twinkling of star. You know, star twinkle due to atmospheric refraction. You already know star twinkles due to atmospheric refraction, because atmosphere have different refractive index, and due to this refractive index the light coming from the star is bent and cannot reach on our eye. So we appear star like twinkling, but actually star is not twinkling. So let's start twinkling of star. And why star twinkle but moon is not twinkle? The twinkling of star is due to atmospheric refraction of starlight. The twinkling of star is due to atmospheric refraction of starlight. When starlight enter the earth's atmosphere, refraction occurs continuously before it reach the earth. So the twinkling of star is due to atmospheric refraction. Star basically twinkles due to refractive index of the atmosphere. When starlight enter in atmosphere, in earth atmosphere, it change its path, because we know that when an incident ray coming from one medium to another medium, it diverts from its original path. So light bend and we appears stars like twinkling, but actually star is not twinkling. But moon does not appear twinkling, because moon is very close to us. Moon is very close to earth, and there are various light ray enters. So sometimes some part of light bends, but total light does not bend. So total light do not bend. So moon is not appearing like twinkling, but star is appearing like twinkling because of the atmospheric refraction. So star twinkles because of the atmospheric refraction. Basically atmospheric refraction. So you can write this theory.
Now our next topic is advanced sunrise and delay sunset. So let's start. The sun is visible to us about 2 minutes before the actual sunrise and about 2 minutes after the actual sunset because of atmospheric refraction. By actual sunrise we mean the actual crossing of the horizon by the sun. The time difference between actual sunset and The apparent sunset is about 2 minutes. The apparent flattering of sun's disk at sunrise and sunset is also due to same phenomena. It means the sunrise and sunset visible to us after 2 minutes. The difference between actual sunset and actual sunrise is 2 minutes. The difference between actual and apparent sunrise and sunset is 2 minutes. Now our next topic is Tyndall effect. We already know what is Tyndall effect in previous class. The earth atmosphere is a heterogeneous mixture of minute particles. These particles included smoke, tiny water droplets, suspended particles of dust and molecular of air. When a light beam strikes such fine particles, the path of the beam becomes visible. The light reaches us after being reflected diffusely by these particles. This phenomena of scattering of light is called a Tyndall effect. This phenomena is seen when fine beam of light enters a smoke filled room through a smoke hole. It means when a light ray comes from the hole, the particle of the air makes visible to us. This phenomena is called Tyndall effect. Now our next topic is why is the color of the sky blue? So let's start. The color of the sky is blue due to scattering of light, because blue color scatter more than the red color, because blue color scatter than red color. So now when sunlight passes through the atmosphere, the fine particles in air scatter. The blue color is more scattered than the red color. Hence the sky appears blue to us. So red color does not scatter because its wavelength is more, and blue color is scatter more because of its low wavelength. Hence the sky appear to us as blue.